Hi everybody and welcome to our ProLAQ training and everything you need to know about this new revolutionary alternative to the traditional UV nail polish soak-off system that we used to know so far. So one of the biggest differences is that now we are using total different plastics, but we have managed to combine it with additional nourishing ingredients. So definitely I am sure that ProLAQ will manage to stand out of the crowd of the usual regular soak-off systems that you have in your market, because this little detail will from the very beginning make the whole concept far more gentle and yet perfect in its adhesion. We are offering individual 2 different base coats, so you have different options when applying the UV polish. You can choose between different nail types and an individual service, and you can equally choose between different speeds in your removal without, in both cases, damaging your natural nail plate. So, all in all, in conclusion, we have a system, ProLAQ, that is easy, absolutely fast to apply, really similar to nail polish, but still as durable as regular UV gel polish manicures. So 14 days plus manicures. There are 2 concealing base coats enriched with ingredients that you know very, very well: Keratin, Biotin, and Kafein. So you are actually offering to your customers a treatment option when you do their UV polish manicure. The colors are highly pigmented, so we guarantee a great creamy coverage. The tongue is the famous the brush is the famous cat tongue brush, and this will offer you a high level of precision and of even coverage. We strengthen your natural nail, we have a gentle and fast removal, we have a scratch-proof, glossy color finish. We have a formula, more important than any other benefit, a formula that will not thicken throughout time, which also offers you in your local market a clear advantage in comparison with many, many concurrent brands. Please know that ProLAQ is made in the European Union. So this involves that it's in complete compliance with the guidelines of the European Cosmetics Regulation. Let's start with our details into the different products. We would love to introduce you to this new system and to the application tips and tricks, but please know that this is a video you can only use for internal usage. This is a video that is meant to train you, not your students, not postings. Let's start with the 2 different base coats. First base coat, strong, meant for the thin, the weak, the wet, the short, the difficult kind of nail. Or, on the other hand, for clients who wish long-lasting results. It contains biotin, keratin, and caffeine. It's perfect for your damaged, thin, soft nails. But the removal time will be longer in comparison with our ProLAQ base coat light. This is actually for all normal nails, brittle dry nails, for clients where removal can cause problems and they wish to have a very soft removal. Also, this base coat, the light one, has the advantage of being slightly colored. So you do have a very nice CC optics when applying it through this very light rosa milky effect. It corrects the nail bed shade. The base coats can be combined individually, and then you have our winner, the ProLAQ top coat, which has a very, very thin consistency in comparison with every other top coat you've known so far, and thus it's guaranteeing extreme shine. Just an important note at this point, the inhibition layer after polymerizing this top coat has to be removed only with glossy finish. No normal cleaner, no disinfection spray, no other liquid, just glossy finish in order to guarantee high shine. Furthermore, a huge choice of colors. Most colors will manage to offer you perfect coverage in one coat. Of course, if you wish, you can move on to a 2-coat application if you want to have a stronger pigmentation. The brush is our very well-known cat tongue. You have the butterfly effect. Butterfly means that it enables a nail coverage in only one streak-free movement. There are different types of color. There exists color in shimmer or metallic or translucent, different optics. But one thing that we have done with ProLAQ is that we have chosen to always state the type of color already on the label. So whether it's a covering color or a translucent one, a glitter-containing one, you will always see it on the label. We do need a prep and prime before application. Our bonding booster. It needs to be applied before every ProLAQ set for the perfect long-lasting result. The nail plate has to be always mattified with a buffer. We choose the 180 grit. So please clean and buff, no need to file. Let's move on towards the application of ProLAQ. Of course, in this case, the nail has to be prepared in the traditional way. So you buff the surface gently. You make sure to cover all corners. You can remove cuticle if you wish. In this case, we will use the electric file. Please use a sapphire bit when you are treating and removing the cuticle. Don't choose a rather aggressive one, as for example the diamond bit. You could easily remove cuticle with a cuticle remover, but in case you don't choose the sapphire bit and you use a treatment, the cuticle remover, then make sure not to leave it in for action for more than 5 minutes. Please equally note that no wet manicure is allowed, because this would really soak in the complete nail structure too much, so you would have a worse duration as a result. We remove the dust just as usual. We need to degrease the nail plate with a famous prep and prime, with a bonding primer, the bonding booster that we have. Note that this product is completely acid-free and that it needs its 10 seconds after application. So after you have applied the prep and prime, please leave it for 10 seconds to dry. Then choose your base coat, depending on the nail type or on the desired result, on how long you want your manicure, your UV manicure to last. We will choose the base coat light. And most important, when you are choosing this base coat and any base coat in ProLAQ, is to ensure a very, very thin application. As thin as possible, always making sure that you are sealing the natural nail free edge. If there are clients that have very thin or damaged, broken natural nails which actually need therapy and they are actually not suitable for UV jelly manicure, but they insist, then it would be possible to apply the light or the strong base coat even twice. So in 2 thin layers, stronger long-lasting result, but equally consider that the removal time will take longer. So it's actually logical. The thicker the base coat, the longer the removal time. When the base coat has been polymerized, you can then move on and do a step between that we are not used so far in Alessandro. What we advise you to do when base coat light has been completely polymerized is to remove the inhibition layer with cleaner before applying the color. Why would we do this step? We do it, of course, in order to ensure a streak-free application for the color after that, but equally to give your students more time when applying. The color can be applied streak-free, perfectly, easily, because the brush that we have with its very well-known butterfly effect helps you. You can actually start the application by a step in between, and this one would be to seal only the very free edge. This is new. You are basically carefully covering just the nail tip. This will assure a perfect adhesion. So in that case, ProLAQ will not peel away, pull back, and will stay sealed properly. Starting with this step, we guarantee really a long-lasting perfect result. You cover thin and you polymerize for 10 seconds. After this very short polymerization, you start with your first layer color application. Always start with the application in the middle part of your nail, and then slightly, softly, gently push towards the back of the surface in order to guarantee a thin border close to the cuticles, and in order to guarantee that you're not touching the cuticles. Thin application is really the secret, not only for a long-lasting result, but equally for a fast removal. Basically, even one coat application will assure a proper coverage. Should you want a more intensive result, then after polymerization of your first coat, you could choose to do a second layer option. Maybe you're not satisfied with the coverage. Maybe you want a color to be more intense. Maybe you want a thicker application. In that case, it's your choice. Never mind the number of coats, but always make sure to have them as thin as possible. In every single step, make sure that you are properly sealing the free edge of your nail. Then, continuing polymerizing, choose the 30-second option in LED, 90 to 120-second option in UV. In this case, you could choose to make a nail art, you could choose to make a French manicure, you could use as many techniques, nail art, as you're used before. When you're using the finishing step, you would seal with a new ProLAQ top coat. This top coat has a huge benefit. It's much thinner viscosity. It's thinner than anything else you've known so far in the Alessandro assortment. It offers you an unbelievable high shine. Also here you have very well seen we need to clearly seal the free edge. Polymerize 60 seconds in LED, 120 seconds in UV, and don't forget, crucial element, high shine is only guaranteed if using glossy finish. No cleaner allowed, no nail polish remover, no other liquids. Through glossy finish we guarantee the so-called lotus effect, which means that the surface is protected, completely protected from either getting dirty but also yellow, and this will guarantee a scratch-resistant sealing. So clean after polymerization, but do it with a glossy finish. Of course, after you have chosen to do the proper removal of the final inhibition layer, you are free to treat your UV soak of manicure with any kind of treatment that is desired. Just look at the high shine we have achieved as a final result. Now you could choose a manicure cream, you could choose an oil. Your choice of a treatment is completely free. When your client is returning for a removal of ProLAQ, it's very important to file the surface. Of course, you could choose a buffer as well, but we have chosen to show you the file. As you can see, already Frank managed to almost remove the complete color. The rule is very simple. faster soak off is guaranteed, the stronger we buff the surface. Faster equally means that you need less acetone, and when you need less acetone, it is always better for your client. The soak-off liquid and the wraps are actually used as very well known in all our removal techniques. The removal time that you need to take into consideration is of course dependent on the base coat that you have chosen. So in this case we would use 8 to 10 minutes of soak-off time because we have used the base coat light. Would we have used the base coat strong? In that case we would have had 15 to 20 minutes of removal, depending also on whether we have chosen to apply one layer of color or two. Leave in for action, and when you are removing, slightly press on the nail surface. Do not remove all your soak-off wraps in one. Choose to do step by step. Use the metallic spatula, the professional pusher, in order to remove residues. Important is to work fast because as soon as oxygen touches the surface, the whole composition starts getting strong and dry again. And if residues are still on the nail surface, they can equally be removed with a 220 grit after that. Further to this, the client can either choose after that anew to have a ProLAQ manicure, or she can have a treatment with express hardener, for example. Hopefully, this information, additional to all the benefits of the folder, has helped. Thank you so much.